So hello and welcome to another HTML5 animated banner tutorial, and as always before we will start I will show you what we are going to be doing today. So right now I am on the site Freepik, and as always I am going to provide you this in the description, and I will also provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to create right now in case that you wanna skip the Illustrator part, or in case that this vector won't be free in the future. But keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially or go premium. So right now I'm going to go to place where I have downloaded this, so I'm going to have a zip file like this, and basically I'm going to right click and choose extract here, and I'm going to have some files. One of them is going to be ips, and I will double click and this will open this in the Illustrator. Now I'm going to create new document, so Ctrl N or file new, and I will go with 300 by 600, which is the standard Google ad banner size, and I want to have everything else as it is, so I will just hit create. And now I will go in here and I'm going to get some of these shoes. So with the shift I will click, right now the first one can be without the shift, so I will click on this one, and right now with the shift I will go maybe with this one, this one, this one, this one, and maybe this one and this one. So I don't even know how many I have, but I'm going to drag them to the new document like so. And right now I want to align them to the center. So if you don't have, I have my align in here, but if you don't have align tool, just go to the window and go to the align. So it is not going to, if you don't have it, it is not going to have this in here. But right now I'm going to have an align, and I'm going to select everything like so, and I'm going to align it to the center. Maybe it is not going to be aligning you to the center but to the selection. In that case you will have to change this align to the artboard or align to the selection, so you will have to change it from the selection to the artboard. But right now what I want to do is I want to go to the layers, and I will click on the layer 1, and I will click on these 3 lines, and I'm going to choose release to layers sequence, and now I'm going to be able to select all of them like so with the shift and drag them outside of the layer 1, and right now the layer 1 is empty, so I will delete it like so. And now I'm going to save this, and I will provide you this in the description, this file, and I will see you in Adobe Animate in few moments. So right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I will go with 300 by 600, and I will just hit create, make sure it is HTML5 canvas, and now I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file, so I'm going to have it in here, and I will just drag it to the Adobe Animate, and I don't want to change anything in here, so I'm just going to click import, and we are going to have it like so, and we are going to have like I don't know how many layers do we have, like 7 layers. Now what I want to do is I am going to select everything, I will hit Q or go to the free transform tool, and I'm going to scale this little bit. So I'm just holding shift to stay proportional like so, and now what I want to do is I am going to convert all of these shoes together to the symbol. So I can either select it like so, all of the layers, or I can just select it like so, and I will go to the modify and hit convert to symbol, and symbol 1 is fine, or you can go ahead and call this shoes. For right now it doesn't matter. Basically in the library you are going to have this movie clip. So right now we are going to have everything in the layer 2, and all of the other layers are going to be empty. So I'm going to be able to delete them, and they are empty because you can see that they don't have this black dot. So I will get rid of them like so. And now I will create a new layer, and maybe this one I am going to rename to be shoes. And on this new layer I can call this to be button, and I will go to the rectangle tool, and in here I have the rectangle options. Maybe if you are in the other version of the Adobe Animate you have this in a different place, but basically this just make the corner of the shape rounded. So I'm going to do something like this. And you can go ahead and choose the color of the shoe, so I can go maybe with green one, or I can go with this orange ones. It depends on you. And right now while I'm on this button layer, I will get a text tool with a white color, and I'm going to write something like get discount, something like this. And I'm not going to be bothered about the font, so you can use any font that you want. something like this, and maybe I'm going to scale this down a little bit, like so. And now if I want, I can go ahead and select it, F8, and this can be button shoes or whatever, and I will click OK. And now if I want, maybe I can create one more layer, and in here I'm going to get a text tool, and maybe with something like this I can type top shoes. Like in here you would maybe let me change this to maybe something like black. In here you would put something like a logo or something like this. So I'm going to put it like so. Maybe I will change the color to a green color, something like this. And maybe if I want, I can go ahead and make this to be bold, italic, whatever. But basically right now we are going to have something like this. And maybe I can click anywhere and I can change the stage color to maybe something like this, like so. But right now maybe I would go ahead and change this text to maybe also orange, like so. So yeah, you can play with these colors as you want. But now what I'm going to do is I will click on these shoes and I'm going to double click. So right now I am in the scene 1 in the shoes. You have timelines in the timeline in Adobe Animate, and I'm going to select everything and I will right click and I'm going to choose distribute to layers. And right now we are going to have all of the shoes in here, all of the layers. Now I will go to back to the scene 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the timeline. So I will go maybe to the frame 250 and I will right click and I'm going to choose insert frame, or you can go with F5. You could go with F6, but that would insert keyframe, and that's something a little bit different. Now what I want to do is, while I'm on this layer shoes, I will create maybe on the frame 25 new keyframe, F6, or you can right click, insert keyframe, and I'm going to maybe position this a little bit up, and then I'm going to duplicate this initial keyframe with Alt. So let me do it one more time. So right now I'm going to hold Alt or maybe Option on the Mac, and I'm going to drag the keyframe one more time, like okay. So you will have to get the keyframe, then hold Alt and put it like so. And now I'm going to create the classic twin. So we are going to have a movement like so. And now I can go ahead and duplicate this animation a couple of times. So with Alt, I'm going to duplicate this like so. And I was positioning the first keyframe on the last keyframe. And I will do this one more time. So something like this. And now I can go ahead and click Ctrl Enter. This is going to open me this in the browser, and I will have something like this. So I think that so far this is fine. And now what I want to do is I will go to the shoes timeline. So I will go to the initial keyframe. You can go ahead to maybe this keyframe or this keyframe, but I prefer to always, when I want to go inside of some timeline, to go to the first keyframe and then double click. And now what I want to do in here is I'm going to extend the timeline. So I'm in the scene 1 in the shoes, and I'm going to extend the timeline to 250, the same as the main timeline. So right now with the shortcut F5, I have extended this like so. And I am not going to be converting these shoes to the symbols individually, because I'm not going to be really animating them. I'm just going to make them disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these keyframes, all of them except the bottom one, and I'm going to position it to maybe frame 25. Now I'm going to get all of them except this one, and I will position it to maybe frame 50. And like this, I'm going to do this with all of the layers. So right now like this, and make sure that you are going to stay on the same layer while you are going to be dragging it. So like this, and one more or two more times. So like this, and this one is going to be last one. So right now we are going to have something like this. So this one will be the only one, then this one will come, and like that. I can go ahead and click Ctrl Enter, but for now this is not going to be good yet, and we will have to change something. So I will go back to the Adobe Animate. And basically what I want to do is on this layer 8, I will click in here on this where is the new keyframe, and I will click, and with shift I will click in here, and I will right click and I will choose remove frames or shift F5 like so. And basically right now what is going to happen is that this one will be visible, but then it will disappear, and this one will appear. And I will have to get rid of the timeline for all of them, so I will click in here, and right now I will select it with shift and shift F5 to remove the frames, and I will have to do the same thing for this one, so I'm going to select it like so, shift F5. It's a little bit pity that in Adobe Animate there are no plugins or things like that, like in the After Effects, because there are many things that you will have to in Adobe Animate do this way. But yeah, I'm going to finish this. So right now this is going to be the last one. So I'm going to select it, shift F5, and right now we should have all of them. Let me see. So we are going to have something like this, and yeah, I will hit Ctrl Enter, and I will see how this is going to be looking. And yeah, we are going to have something like this. Okay, and by default, this animation is going to be looping forever. So if you want to use something like this for the Google Ads, you will have to stop the animation. So I will go back to the scene 1, and I'm going to create a new layer, and I will call this layer to be code. And basically we have two options. I will go ahead to this website, and I'm going to provide you a link in the description, and I will get get this code. There is also this one, but I want to have this one, and I will go back to the Adobe Animate, and I will right click, I will choose action, and one of the way that you can do is basically type this dot stop parenthesis, but let me do it like so, parenthesis and semicolon, and this would mean that I can go ahead and position it at the end like so, and this would mean that this animation is going to play only once, and then it is going to stop. Or what you can do is I will go back in here, and I'm going to get rid of this code, and I'm going to replace it with one from the website, and basically this number means how many times this is going to be looping. Also I will go maybe with number 2, and this means that it will loop 2 times. And now what I will do is I will have to do put the code on the main timeline, but I will also have to put the same code on the inner timeline. So one more time, new layer, I can go ahead and call this code, and I can right click, choose actions, and I can paste the code in here. And you can have this dot stop in here, and it would mean that it is going to loop it once, or you can have something like this, and in here you can make as much loop as you want. And I'm going to position this little A, which stands for actions, which is from action script. I will put it in here, and right now if I am going to hit Ctrl Enter, I'm not going to wait for it, but it is going to loop 2 times, and after the second loop it is going to stop. In this video, I am not going to show you how you can export this to Google Ads, but I will provide you a link for other tutorial where you can go ahead, and at the end of the tutorial you can watch how you can export this to Google Ads. I explained it with almost all of the tutorials, but I don't want to repeat myself in all of them. So from now, I'm not going to be explaining that, and I am going to put the link for the tutorial where you can see something like that. So yeah, this is it. This was all. If you have watched until the end, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit the like, because you know, I don't have many views. I have very little views, and every like and every comment, every positive comment counts for me. So yeah, but thank you very much. I hope that you learned something new, and yeah, you can go ahead and check the channel. I have a lot of these tutorials. So thank you. Goodbye.